and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we are going to introduce you to a coffee shop in downtown Hampton called Fika. My guests are two of the owners, Iryna Patterson and Samantha Thomas. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Now, you guys have been open for a while, right? How long?
Almost a year now.
That's what I thought, but it kind of was during COVID when people weren't necessarily going out a lot, and honestly, it's still during COVID, but we're all going out anyway. We're tired of that. So tell us a little bit about your backgrounds and where the idea for Fika came from.
Well, both of us been in the industry for a while, so we're very passionate about food and drinks and customer service and just like the customers and employees connection. So we're really passionate about that. And then collectively, we worked probably about over 20 years in customer service and restaurants and stuff like that. And
And we should mention now you also are one of the owners of Poor Girls.
Yes, and then one day about 4 years ago, the opportunity came up, and I opened Poor Girls in downtown Hampton, and absolutely love like I said, just the whole like Hampton community, downtown community was very supportive, and it was always in the back of my mind to have something else, but I wasn't sure if I'm ready for it. And then Samantha and I were talking one day, and she's like, we should do a coffee shop, or we should do something together. And one day it actually happened. So.
All right. And how do you two know each other?
Our husbands. They're best friends.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm originally actually from Boston, so growing up, and especially when I worked in restaurants, caffeine is very needed during the day. And in our downtowns, in our cities, we always had coffee shops. So I would always stop in. We had a couple different ones, even if they're around the corner from each other, they're all very different. And me and my husband always enjoyed just going, and if, during the day you had some time to kill, go just have a coffee and just, have a cup of tea and just enjoy. So when we moved down here a couple of years ago, that was one thing I just couldn't believe they didn't have in downtown was a coffee shop. I'm like, you need to have a place for gathering. So as soon as the opportunity came up, Iryna was like, hey, this place is open. Do you want to do something? And the two of us were like, we need a coffee shop downtown. So that's how Fika became.
And we just felt like like I said, in general, the Hampton community and downtown Hampton, having another restaurant in downtown, like I know how like supportive they are, but knowing like there is a court offices and all this apartment complexes and all these people there, and nowhere for them to go. So.
Right, and more coming with the construction of
just
the
literally across the street from us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be awesome.
Yep.
So the name Fika, though, and I mispronounced it for probably the first 6 months before I heard somebody say it. Tell us where that idea came from and what it means to you personally.
So we were looking to go away one time. We were looking into Swedish culture. And a big part of their day and a big part of their culture is Fika. So what it is just to get together. They meet with a friend, family member, just take a minute to slow down. And they do that traditionally, they said one time a day now, but it used to be up to 2 or 3 times a day in between meals. So when we were getting together and thinking of a name, we liked the idea of having a place for people to meet, like in between, court cases and things like that is kind of what we were focusing on. And Fika just really stood out to us as a cute, it was a nice name, but then the meeting was really what the concept that we wanted to achieve.
And so it is a lifestyle or an activity. It's not a translation for coffee.
Right.
It's for the gathering.
It's activity, exactly. Like it's pretty much sit down with a friend, relax, and take a break from a busy day. And both of us have really busy lives. We have different businesses. We just always on the go, so it's definitely means a lot to us. Like, 'cause sometimes we personally forget that you have to sit down, you have to slow down, and take a little break.
I forget that all the time. I will stay in city council at my desk all day and, bring lunch and never take a break. Because if I take a break, then I'll be there later. It just it all snowballs.
You have to start, you have to take
force
care of
myself,
yourself,
right? I'll have to start making,
you gotta have
meetings
some Fika in your life.
Yeah, I do. That's exactly what I need. So speaking of needing Fika, explain to me, kind of your menu. This looks more like lunch, but I always thought breakfast was kind of your big thing.
Well, we brought you two. We have breakfast and lunch, so we open 7 days a week. Monday through Saturday, it's 7 to 4, and on Sunday we open 8 to 2. So from 7 to 10, you can get our breakfast items. We have an amazing Belgian breakfast sandwich with some vegan options, with gluten-free options.
No way. I have a child who is both vegan and has celiac.
We have
so
like super delicious vegan sausage. Honestly, I'm not vegan. I'm a
I'm
meat
the
person.
vegan in this.
And that vegan sausage is probably the best thing I've ever had for
It's
the
really
breakfast
good.
meats.
oh wow.
Promise. So we kind of like focus on a bit of everything, but we don't want to overlook people that do have allergies or other stuff. So we have Acai Bowl that's really healthy and light and pretty much for anyone. We have vegan options, vegetarian options, gluten-free options. We have breakfast sandwich. We have a breakfast flatbread, which is absolutely amazing with our signature carrot chipotle aioli.
Your signature what?
Carrot chipotle aioli. That's great.
That sounds interesting.
And we make homemade breakfast potatoes. So that never stops because we go through so many potatoes every day. And then for lunch, there's other option of homemade chips as well.
Oh my
And then lunch items, we kind of like the same way. We have like fresh fika salad with fresh berries and fresh fruit and vegetables. This is in particular our fresh tuna mel panini, so made from fresh tuna. We don't have any canned stuff,
Oh my gosh.
so everything. Like I said, we're trying to focus on the like healthy and light,
Fresh items.
Well, and I'll be honest, when I think of a coffee shop in America, I think of the very sugary, fruity drinks and muffins and, very laden with calories. But you guys have way more fresh and lower, calorie and healthier items than I expected.
we do still have some pastries and sugary
There's
cookies
nothing wrong
and
with
stuff.
those. You
If
just,
somebody wants
can't
to
have
just
them
grab
every
something
day.
small and little, so they're always available to purchase, as well as our full menu. Like I said, we have hummus if somebody just wants, like they sitting and working, and
Bruschetta.
yeah, just something that you can just munch on as you working on the paperwork or doing something, as well as a little more heavy like chicken mozzarella panini. We have seasonal items as well. Right now we have summer sandwich with roasted peaches and chicken and stuff.
Oh my
Approaching fall,
gosh.
we've been doing a lot of squash,
We
and
did a fall hash last fall. It was really good.
it was one of the most popular items. So we're kind of like trying to focus on fresh and seasonal stuff. So the same with the coffees.
And now you've been doing most of the talking. I
Yep.
want to talk to Samantha
Samantha's,
about
like,
the
very,
drinks.
like, she's our coffee queen.
So I love coffee.
Who doesn't?
My husband actually.
Yep.
Oh, how
he's
funny.
he's the tea drinker in our trio here. But so our coffees, I really just want to have really good beans. So we get all of our beans locally from Tidewater in Portsmouth. So small local company, they take care of all of our products. They roast there for us, and so that's the start. From there, I wanted to have the drink menu be focused on kind of like things to do with Hampton. So this is the Blackbeard latte. You can get that hot or iced. And our other signature we've had since we opened is the Mermaid Latte.
Okay, now wait. I'm going to ask what
yeah.
makes it Blackbeard. I'm pulling up the
Blackberry.
menu here.
It's blackberry and vanilla.
of course. Duh. All right. And the Mermaid
Is lavender vanilla.
You have a lot of lavender on here.
That's been the trend right now. A lot of people have been asking for a lot of lavender lemonades, lattes. So we just kind of go with what people ask for. One of our signature drinks that we've been doing this summer too is the Delicatessen. It's a kind of a mix on a mocha. So it's a tiramisu instead of just regular dark chocolate.
Oh
It's
my
really
gosh,
good. It
that
tastes like dessert in a cup.
That sounds so good. And sometimes that is what you need. You need dessert to go in a
Yeah.
cup.
Yeah. And I really can't take credit for most of our drinks at this point. Our baristas are really the creators behind everything. They come out with amazing specials. They do different themes. Last month for Pride, they had all these fun looking drinks. One of them was a Fruity Pebbles drink they've actually made cereal milk into the latte.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really good. And I don't know how they come up with these things, but they come up with they got a whole menu coming out for next month that they've been thinking on. in the fall we did creepy coffees, and they did all these like Halloween themed drinks, and Christmas time, same thing. So they're always coming up with specials, but our monthly special that we do as like a birthday drink is our Zodiac. So every month we do it based on the Zodiac season, and it changes from either coffee, we've done a tea before, so that whole month during the season, if it's your Zodiac season, you get 10% off if you get your Zodiac drink. So that way we can kind of celebrate your birthday the whole month instead of just one day, because who celebrates just one day, right?
That is a great idea. But you also have fruit smoothies.
We
and
have
other...
smoothies now. We have refreshers.
What's a refresher?
So it's a green tea extract drink. So it's light. It tastes lighter than getting a coffee, but it's stronger than getting a tea, an iced tea. So we have that option. They're fruit flavored. There's no added sugar to either the smoothie or the refresher. So it is also a healthier option.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
If you want to sweeten it, you can add lemonade to it. And then the fraps we do too. So we do frappuccinos, what we call them fraps. And with those, we've been adding cold brew and nitro cold brew. It makes them so smooth and just gives you a little more caffeine in the drink, but it just changes the whole flavor. They're really good. But we also have been offering boozy coffees as well. So for the adults that come in that need a little kick, especially on the weekends, we can add liquor to. We have a small selection of liquor, but we can add it to any coffee. But we also on the menu have some pre-made options right there.
Don't think I didn't
coffees.
notice.
And we had, so our 3 signatures on there, we have one each for each owner. So obviously the Ukrainian.
Yes.
And then mine was the Damn Yankee, and then my husband's is the Missouri, because he's from Missouri. So he has a bourbon drink.
Missouri.
We have
I love
the
that.
vodka drinks. And they've been really fun. We get them, all of our drinks can be to go, as well as the boozy ones. We do have that for our liquor license. So if you just need something to take with you home, you can do that as well.
It's
Such a Sunday
awesome.
fun day.
Yeah.
Have yourself a little Sunday fun day.
Yeah.
Exactly. Have a little Sunday brunch. What a wonderful idea.
Yeah, we also offer mimosas and a small variety of wine as well. So,
That's a small place. I need to come in and see it because I don't know how you're doing all that in that small of a place.
Took us some finagling.
exactly. And we, as we go, we learn few things, like we add more stuff and taking some stuff away, because we're approaching our 1-year anniversary, so it's still a learning process for us.
Right. That's awesome. Well, since you mentioned the Ukrainian, I am going to ask you, I know that Poor Girls has done some benefits. How are things going with your family back in the Ukraine?
It's going, I guess. Fortunately, I was since the benefit and since which Fika was also very involved into putting together the benefit. Ever since I was able to bring my sister and my niece here, so they're here with me in Hampton right now. It's been 2 weeks ever since they came here, so they're adjusting, still kind of iffish about everything, but they're safe. So. And then the rest of my family is there, so we're trying to keep in touch with them as much as we can, because my sister had to leave her husband there, and so he is fighting, and
I was going to say, so many of the men are fighting. And some of the women too.
And
I
women
shouldn't be
too,
sexist
and
about it.
from my understanding now, they actually making women to be mandatory drafting too, because unfortunately they were running out of men, and so hopefully it's all gonna end soon, because it just breaks my heart, and just see how much my sister and my niece, how much they went through just within the last 5-6 months since the war started. See how much they changed, and how much my niece had to force to grow up, and how many things she's seen that 11-year-old child shouldn't be seeing.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to end on a sad note though.
Nope.
Tell us, I don't know. I'm so full of compassion that it's hard for me to move forward from here. Any other ideas or plans you have? What comes next?
Yeah, we're down a lot. We try to work with, we're down to Coffee with Cop once every month.
Every other month we try to get together with the Hampton PD, have them come in, have coffee with us.
Oh, that's way classier than most of the places they do coffee with a cop.
Oh, and they love it.
Yeah,
a lot
they
of times,
do.
a lot of
They do like
police
coming in.
officers, they come just just on their shift to grab a coffee or pastry or something, and they're like, when are you having the next one? Because this is our favorite place. We don't want to go anywhere else.
But yeah, we do that. We've trying to get involved with downtown a little more, try to do different things. We have a couple of things we're working on with the city right now to maybe hopefully do for next year. And then
We've done book club.
yeah, we have a book club once a month that meets.
Ooh.
They have their own Facebook page. It's fun.
Yeah, if you want to, like, anybody's looking to join a book club, it's on
We meet-
Fika Book Club.
Yep, Fika Book Club is on Facebook, and then we meet on the last Wednesday at 5:30 of every month. So we vote on the books, and it's been fun. And then we do that. We've done paint nights at Fika, and then we've hosted just other small private events too.
That is building a community. You know, having a book club, doing those things is really creating community as well as having,
Yeah,
you
we're
know.
trying to support, like, we appreciate everyone who supports us, and we're trying to support other businesses, entrepreneurs, women businesses. We worked with a local lady, like, she has a massage studio, and the other lady has CBD, which we also offer, like, CBD boosts in our coffees. So collectively, they kind of, like, came up with the whole, like, little massage so she can promote her business. And then the CBD company, they kind of, like, talk to people about benefits of CBD and how can you use it. So that was great to kind of, you know,
We made
expose
CBD cookies.
ourselves and CBD cookies and stuff like that.
Interesting.
We've been in touch with a local farm.
Oh yeah, we did
Also-
a Mother's Day, like make your own bouquet with the local florist.
She has like a whole farm here in Hears Creek, and we went over there, absolutely
was
fell in
so
love
pretty.
with her and fell in love with her farm, and we're working with her to buy fresh fruits and berries from her. And when we saw her flowers, they were just so beautiful. And it's like, it's a shame that they're just here. We have to do something. So we came up with the idea of having a Belgian bouquet for your mother. And she brought all those flowers, and people will come into the coffee shop and kind of making their Mother's Day special. It wasn't just like, you know, you picked stuff from grocery store and went to your mom. Like, you put a little more effort to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mentioned that downtown Hampton was very supportive, but you've now got businesses that are like, you know, this far apart. You're sort of competing with yourself. Why do you think there's that much growth and future in downtown Hampton?
Well, first of all, I don't think we're like really competing, because we are trying to, like, with between Poor Girls
definitely
and
very
Fika,
separate.
we have some are different hours. We have different food and different ideas and goals. Like at Poor Girls, we more later, like we close in later. We have live music on the weekends. We're focusing on seafood. We have full liquor license, so
Right.
it's more like a restaurant. So that's where I'm like, you know, I already have big lunch place and big dinner place. I need add something more to my plate, you know,
Right,
and I have a
right.
breakfast place. But as far as downtown Hampton, in general supports us, like we've been fortunate to get the amazing outdoor seating. Unfortunately, due to COVID, but fortunately it's there, and it's really helps the business people like on a nice day to sit outside, which Fika or Poor Girls didn't have any other options for the outdoor seating.
Right.
So that was a great addition to downtown, with a lot of new businesses open up and new businesses building. That brings more tourists into downtown in Hampton. So, like I said, they've been always supportive. If there's any city
Events. They come and cater,
Events.
they use us for catering in the morning for their morning meetings.
yeah, we've done a lot of those, and we're like very thankful that out of all the other businesses, I'm sure they support other businesses, but we're very thankful that we're one of them, that they always like, hey, we need some coffee, we need some pastries, some fruit trays, just kind of like a small breakfast stuff, but it gives us exposure, and we like to work with the city as well.
Well, that's awesome. We hope you stick around. It's absolutely a wonderful place. Is there
you.
anything you want to add before we close?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm honestly excited. We have great food, great drinks.
Okay. It looks awesome. I can't wait to try it.
You should.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for coming.
Thank you for
Thanks for having us.
And thank you for watching. I hope you realize this is another wonderful edition on Queen Street, place to visit during downtown for a meal or between a meal. Thanks for watching.